come with some reasons why you should read books, informative books, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as somebody who wants to upgrade in life. Okay, so that is what we are doing today. Welcome to the live. Welcome. Let me know where you're watching from and acknowledge you. So the first reason why you should read a book, know that right now there are screens everywhere, even places where there are advertisements on the roadside, everywhere there are screens. And because of that, people would want to see things on screens. But the very funny part of it is that if you keep watching the screen, it could give you some adverse effects. But if you are reading directly from the book, it could be very, very effective for your cognitive skills, for your memory, for your retention, for strain reduction. Okay, so if you look on a screen very well for a very long time, you strain your eyes so much that it can have pressure on the eye, and that pressure can affect you in future. So yeah, reading is very, very important, and what you read on is equally important because it can show whether you're going to remember, whether you're going to be intensive about what you read, or it is going to just be a normal reading. Okay, so the first thing reading in a book itself gives you is reduced strain. You don't strain your eyes so much because no books have light in them. Okay, so your eyes are pardoned. The next one is better focus. You get better focus anytime you tend to read directly from a book, because it's a book and no one is calling through, no one is giving you messages, no one is sending you emails. It is very easy for you to be able to concentrate on the information you are getting from the book, rather than sitting somewhere and just imagining yourself reading. Meanwhile, someone is calling and you want to pick the call. Meanwhile, someone is giving you email. You are seeing the email pop up and you are not able to concentrate. You need to read a book. You need to read a book 2025 because it is very vital for your growth on the platforms that you want to be on. Anywhere you want to grow in business without expanding your knowledge base, it is going to be difficult to be able to attract the people that you need to attract. So you really need to. This is Amrinda. Amrinda, hi, how are you doing? How are you doing, Amrinda? Welcome to the live. The next reason why you should read a book, Amrinda, please do subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel and join the big family. Improved memory is also one reason why you should read a book. Okay, if you are reading from a screen, it is good. People do well with it. But if you're reading in a book, you improve your memory. You don't improve your memory just by reading in a book. You improve your memory because while reading in a book, you have to follow with your eyes, with your mind, and sometimes with a pen or a pointer. Okay, yes, there is no distraction around, so it keeps you very, very interested in whatever you are reading, that you have no idea how it is going to bless you next time, but you are going to really get all that it takes from the book. Welcome to this live. Happy New Year. Please do subscribe to the channel and let me know where you're watching from. Next thing that reading from a book helps you to get a sensory experience. Yeah, so where are you? Quiz. I'm in West Africa, Ghana. Okay, welcome to the live quiz. Do subscribe to the channel. So as I was saying, improved memory. If you read, it improves your memory. I'm going to give you a list of books that, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as someone who wants to succeed in 2025, you need to read. You need to read at least 3 of these books. Yes, you need to read at least. If you didn't read anything at all, 3 of these books you need to read. So I'll be giving you the list shortly. But I want you to understand why you need to read these books. They are to help you to get your sensory experience back. If I say sensory experience, if you read books, sometimes you have to think about what it's being said. If you're watching a video or listening to an audio, you might hear a sound, you might see something that shows exactly what is being said. But the sensory experience is when you are reading and you are imagining something in your head. It is only reading from a book that gives you that experience. Because if you are reading on a screen, sometimes a call pops up, an email pops up, it distorts you. So you are not able to give yourself that imagination that you need to imagine. But if it's a book, no one gives you an email through the book. Nobody. Maybe a magician, but I don't even know how they do that. No one can do that. So it is very simple and very easy to be able to take care of that. And the next thing that reading from a book helps you to get is mental well being. Welcome to this live. Let me know so I could acknowledge you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mental well being. If you are a reader, you have the mental attitude to connecting plenty. A lot of things goes on in books. It's not sorry, my network is fluctuating. So it is very important to know, but forgive my network today. It is fluctuating. I hope yes. Yes. So I know you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you see me? If you can hear me, say yes. Say yes so we can continue. Because mental well-being is so important, and reading a book can easily give that to you. You would be stable, you would be attentive, you would have the retention you need. Some people do not have the retention. They cannot focus because they don't read. If you read for a long time, you are able to focus on what is being said, focus on whatever is going on in the book, and because of that, you replicate that in your workplace. You are able to focus every day. Anything that happens, you are able to follow up to connect dots and make sure that you are doing the best to win whatever is going on very well. And healthy posture. Look at the way I'm seated. I don't know if you can see me very well. I'm seated as straight, okay? And it is because I want you to see me, I want you to understand me, I want you to see that this is the communication line with you and I. If you do book reading, you position yourself ready to accept the message in a book. So you don't need to strain and strain and strain, be looking at a screen, breaking your back just to be able to read. You just have to sit up straight, read from the book. So it is very important you get books. With these things said, I do not mean that if you have only access to ebooks, you cannot read from a screen. You can easily read from a screen. That is one of the easiest ways of reading. But I am saying that if in case you get any opportunity to buy a book, buy it, because it is going to open your mind, it's going to give you focus, it's going to give you sensory experience, it's going to reduce your strain of your eyes, it's going to give you better focus and retention. These things are what it gives you. Now the books, we are getting to the books, the first book that you need to read is Good to Great. Good to Great is from Jane Collins. You need to read that book. Good to Great. You need to read that book. The next book is Lean Startup. Lean Startup. It is from Eric Ries. Eric Ries. The Ries is Ries. Eric Ries. You need that book. You need that book. Blue Ocean Strategy is also a book from W. Chan Kim and Renee. W. Chan Kim and Renee. You have to get that book. It's so interesting that you need all these books I'm mentioning. At least read three by the end of this year. That is the goal for me. Read three at least by the end of this year, and your work will not be the same. It would transform. I have a list here, so I'm looking on the list to actually tell you. Start with Why. Simon Sinek. Start with Why. It's another book you need to read from Simon Sinek. The Art of War. You know that Sanchu is one of the best writers in so many years. So Art of War is one beautiful book. It actually talks about how the Japanese and the Chinese do their war in the 18th and 19th century. how the art of war can be put in business, can be put into the mind of people to help them flourish in anything they do. The art of war, Sanchu, is something you should learn of by reading, okay? Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits, James Clear. It is one beautiful book that talks about the little things that we do in this life that helps us to be better or to be less than what we are. Okay, so Atomic Habits gives you the knowledge that it is so important that you take time to learn exactly what you want to be. If you want to be a doctor, you need to start medicine school, and it takes like 7 years. Likewise, if you want to be obese, it takes plenty of carbonated drinks, it takes plenty of food, it takes plenty of laziness, it takes plenty of junk food and oils and fats to keep you that obese and almost dying. You should know that there are some atomic habits that we do every minute, every day, that accumulate to every week, that accumulate to every month, and later accumulate to every year. And the end result is what you're getting right now. So if right now you are poor, it means like 2, 3 years ago, you haven't been rich. You have been doing some atomic habits in a day, in a week, in a month, and in years that has kept you this way. So if you want to reverse it, James Clear says you have to use the reverse psychology to help yourself get better at whatever you do. So Atomic Habits is one book that you really I enjoyed it last year. It was so beautiful. Hi Andy Productions, how are you doing? Welcome to this live. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Happy belated birthday too. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate. Seven Habits of Highly Effective People is from Stephen R. Covey. Stephen Covey is um Andy, have you subscribed to the channel? Do subscribe to the channel, okay? And did I say Andy? Seven Habits of Highly Effective People is from Stephen R. Covey, and it is also a masterpiece, okay? There are so many things that people do that unknown to them, that is what breaks people away from them. So this one is going to give you the habits that effective people do and things that people use that can help you to flourish, okay? So yeah, how to win friends and influence people. That can, is it Carnegie? Yeah, that the name I'm not really conversant with it, but yeah, I think it's Carnegie. Dale Carnegie. Carnegie. That's the spelling of a name. How to win friends and influence people. It is a must read. It's a must read. All the subtle things that you do not put into consideration is in this book. You have to really read it. And you might be asking yourself, why should I win friends and influence people? Well, everybody needs a friend. If I do not mean a friend that you would eat with, sleep with, do everything with. I mean someone to communicate so that they would patronize from you, so that you would be beneficial to them and they would be beneficial to you. Everybody needs that. And it is very uneasy for somebody you are unfriendly to now tend to be the best friend of you. It doesn't really happen. So you have to learn how to make friends with this person so you'll be able to influence them. Okay. Yes, so you need this book by Dale Carnegie, and it's going to help you. The Intelligent Investor is from Benjamin Graham. You and I know that Benjamin Graham is one of the best writers ever. So if Benjamin Graham writes something, you should get a read of it. The title of Benjamin Graham's book that I'm recommending for you is Intelligent Investor. The Intelligent Investor. You should get a read of it. Also, Principles, Life and Work by Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio has brought a new one that everyone needs to get. Okay. Yes, it is called Principles, Life and Work. Ray Dalio. Get Nari, how are you doing? Yeah, long time no see. I've been coming on the lives actually, but I shifted a bit because of working around. Okay, so I shifted a bit in the afternoons instead of 11 p.m. That is why it's been a long time. Happy New Year. Welcome, Nari. Thanks for joining me. And there's one here called 0 to 1, Peter Thiel. Is it TL? TL. Peter Thiel. It is the name is Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel. I don't know how you would pronounce it, but the book is 0 to 1. You need this book. Mm-hmm. You need this book to help you navigate your. There is a book called Creativity Incorporated. You need this book too. Ed Catmull. Ed Catmull. Creativity Incorporated. You need that book. Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. The Voss is Vors. Chris Voss. You need this book. Split the Difference. Have you ever come across a book called Eat That Frog? Eat That Frog. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching, Nari. Eats That Frog. Have you ever seen the book called Eats That Frog? He is the same person who wrote No Excuse. You remember him? If you remember him, write his name in the comments. Who is he? If you remember him, he wrote Eats That Frog. Yeah, so Eats That Frog is one excuses. Yes. No excuses. You should get that book. And there is a book I personally wrote. It is called Accra Stay by Plan. Accra Stay by Plan. You need that book. You need that. If I'm mentioning books, I would not skip my book because it is one of the best books you can buy on Amazon. It's actually on Amazon. You can go and check it out on Amazon. So inspirational and motivational. It also gives you so much insight. So you should do well and get Accra Stay by Plan on Amazon. Okay, just go and type Accra Stay by Plan, and you get a hold of that book. And this book, Crucial Conversation, Crucial Convo. It's very important to get it. It is from Macmillan. Jenny Macmillan. Yeah, Jenny Macmillan. Yeah, you should get this book too. It is very important. Jason Frost rework. You get rework. All these books are books that you need to read this 2025 because they encourage you at any point you are. Last 2 days I showed you some movies you can watch, and these movies are going to help you get you motivated and encourage and everything. Yeah. But this time around, I'm giving you books because sometimes it's not just about watching movies. Sometimes it goes deeper than that. Sometimes you need time to meditate on what you're saying or what you're reading. Sometimes you need some very deep focus, and that is why I'm giving you a list of books that you should read. If you get time, read The Animal Farm. Read The Animal Farm by George Orwell. This book has been one of the classic books ever. It talks about something that happens in the 1980s and 1970s, but till now, the things that the topics and subjects that it speaks of, okay, is still going on now. It's still going on now. So if you read that one, you would know that politics and governments do not make people rich. It's only George Orwell who can do it so beautifully in Animal Farm. It is a satiric piece that helps you to delve into the minds of the pigs and the pig owner. Okay? Yes. Just take a read of the book and think about it and know that governments do not make people rich. Theirs is to take tax. Theirs is to make sure that there is law, rule, and regulations governing the society. Theirs is to be able to regulate things around and make sure that people follow the rules. That's what governments have always done. One thing that they make sure that you also do is to always depend on them. So if you're dependent on the government, that is what they want you to do. You have to depend on them. And if you depend on someone, you're actually not rich, or you would never be rich. You have to really regain the mindset of trying to depend on yourself for survival. That is where you get better. That is where you forge ahead. That is where you look into yourself to get better at whatever you do. So this is the time that you read. This is the time that you invest in beautiful videos as these ones. Educate yourself on this channel. Watch a lot of videos around what you want to do. Do all the research you need to do before you delve into business, because always fail in business because of lack of information. And anything that you want to do in this life, there is information about it. If you're not getting it readily, it might only mean that you have not searched for it already. If you search for it as soon as possible, you are going to get it. You are going to get it. It is very important you know that knowledge is key in everything. So if you want to be a business owner, in your business, and you do not want to learn, it is very easy to flop in anything that you do. Learn from videos, learn from audios, podcasts, and read to expand your knowledge. It even boosts your vocabulary so you get more words for the times ahead, because sometimes you need more words. Okay, yeah. Where are you watching from? Let me know where you're watching from. Is this Nari watching? Let me know where you're watching from so I can acknowledge you. This is Amado. I would want to thank you for watching the live till your being here. I really appreciate. I would always be here. If there is any questions that you have of head, you can always drop it here. I would come back and follow up with the answers that there are to give you. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your joining me. We will meet tomorrow on another live. Yeah, on another live. Like such a tongue twister. On another live. So that we can continue from where we've ended today. Thanks for watching. Please stay safe and keep loving yourself. Bye.